Greetings, this is Freener Readventure, and I welcome you to my recap of Critical Role's one-shot Persona 5 Tactica, based in the universe of the game Persona 5 Tactica, uh, uh, which of course is part of the Persona franchise. So, uh, we start off with the game being introduced by the GM Liam O'Brien. Uh, with uh, with the other guest characters, there's uh, there's Robbie Damon, Sonny, he, 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 Hune, Hune, uh, forgive any mispronunciations. Christina, uh, Adr- uh, Ar, Ariel, Ariel. I'll be referring to them by their character names, both of them. um, there was also Jared Gosling, and finally Matthew Mercer. Uh, no longer this time as of course as the player, not the DM or GM. So and and then we get into the actual game. Uh, in the local we start out at in a city with inside a what's described as a gaming cafe. Sugar and Dice. Oh, sorry. Okay, Sugar and Dice for any board gamers out there. The shop is closed as one of the as the manager, or I forget the exact title. Uh, Zeke Peters, Matthew's character, starts setting up for their local for his friends game of Dungeons and Dragons. At least I assume that's what it is. Uh, Next enters Z- Z- Zonnie's character, Von Van Guyen. Van Guyen. Uh, uh, then uh, then soon followed by there's character descriptions, but we don't use those character descriptions for most of the game, so you'll see what I mean. Next is to enter is Jared's character Patty uh something and finally the last person in the room is Christina's character Penny Matthews there. Suddenly the door enters, and the final member of their party enters. Patty, not excuse me, not Robbie's character, Jackson Sloan, who is the I think he's like the jock of the group, so like a Letterman jacket. And as they get into this, with Zeke being the M or Jim. So even when Matthew is a player, he can't get out from behind the screen. And they're talking this game like in a like their group are in the castle of like calls like night climb, looking for the vampire uh, Scrod. They're playing a game like two of them try to stealth up the stairs, and then one of them just charging after. I think Robbie's character. This yeah, this is gonna get caught. I'm gonna quickly go upstairs, going to try to charge up. Suddenly, in real world, like not in their D&D game and stuff, there is this group known as the Party Crashers, or, or feel in their game shop vibrations from the table. It starts growing. The entire room starts shaking, and, and there's a rumbling sound. Well, and then things are like going up the air, and time seems to stop. Everything's frozen in midair, except for the characters. Alex, they try to see. It's been raining outside, so one of them tries to look out the window to see if the rain has also stopped, and like how is this localizer? But only to see that they can't make outside what's in the window. There's a glow. It's just a glowing. A symbol up something appears. A glowing symbol appears. A gear with a flower on it. They wanted to experiment, like maybe try touching it to see what happens, like anything that's floating. Nothing. The glows they can't really see, so one of them I think Jackson tries to make to reach through the light and try to touch it, see if you can feel the door, and does in fact do you find it? And they enter and nothing. And when they enter this white space, like a plane of nothingness. Yes. Uh, uh, that which suddenly it becomes a city, a city, a city, a block. You can see it. The skies are dark purple, purplish. They have red buildings, and there are plants with white roses on it. Everyone with trailing vines on trailing vines. The streets are red and stuff. There's all these white boxes and crates around. None of them recognize this space. But what they do recognize is, hang on. This wasn't so.
Everyone feeling okay?
I tried watching. By the way, I tried to. This sounds not quite accurate. I started watching this live with this, but I couldn't stay up, so I had to go and rewatch it on YouTube afterward.
Don't we usually make this happen?
Why not?
How far is this gonna go?
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. Look at sweeps, baby. We gotta make this work.
Oh, it should be explained that I should have said the earth steps. These are. I'm not sure what they call like another dimension, people's mindscapes or something like that. But these people, that our group, have ventured into such scapes before, hopped into these realms of stuff, are now in their alter egos, raiment and gear.
Every act of the game, you lose another item.
Where are we?
Someplace that apparently wants us here. Usually, this is our prerogative to make this journey. Penny, you're the lore master. Does this look familiar to you, or?
I don't know. Everything seems a little, No, I don't recognize any of this. I don't even know where we are. I don't even think we have maps for this.
This feels like a unpopulated part of like MMORPG. You know what I'm saying? Where you
Handling this up. They also know that they are as I said, in their alter egos and stuff. Going back to the way we have Mac's character Zeke, or in this world he is known as Nexus. We have, what order do we go in? We have Zoni's character Vaughn. That's the spelling if you want, or as she's known in this one, Strike. We have there's Jared's character Patty, or as he's known in this world, Hudson. Christina's character Penny Matthews, or as she's known as here, Goddess. And finally, we got Roger's character Jackson Sloan, or Kensei, who is often described as the most weeb out of them all. Let's see. Well, I briefly press play on one of the videos I recently recorded. Tell me if you can actually, if my webcam is actually being displayed to you right now in the comments section. I really need to. I kind of. I prefer not to watch my own videos. It's jarring to hear what your voice really sounds like, as I mentioned before. Anyway, The buildings around them appear to be a bunch of townhouses. Then from around the corner, they can hear the sound of some crashes and stuff. Then you hear a voice. She's getting away. Take her down. They see this lavender-haired girl or woman. Here, here coming around the corner. I'm not. May not be exact description, or I'm not sure if this is even the right character, but I, I, I think no. I think this is who they're talking about, but I can't be sure. And pictures here are a bunch of these white, faceless soldiers. Like their heads are like seem to be made out of to be comprised of Napoleon soldier hat sort of thing. This I'm far more confident about in depictions like that. There, and then they she runs into one of the townhouses and goes to the door. They're trying to break in and stuff. Suddenly, the soldiers notice one of the soldiers notices them and shouts, "Interlopers, get them!" And they all raise their rifles. And with that, combat begins. And they quickly explain that this will be a modified 5E system, like same as like what Critical Role runs on. The 5 is what Critical. So this will be just so same mechanics as a regular episode, except for a few bonus ones. Let's see. Hey, it starts with I'll go. We would start with uh sorry with Penny's alter ego goddess. Summoning her. Ralph Back summons her persona, uh, Aphrodite. You can see them in the bathroom. Okay. You can hear sort of like a singing coming out from this is her persona's ability to summon enchantment, or her ability to shelter. I'm not exactly how this works with the personas and stuff in game stuff. I've never actually played a Persona game. Though it does seem like fun. It could be fun. Mm. The lead soldier sort of gets into and starts getting wobbly and stuff. Like, what is happening? And unfortunately, this lead soldier is then targeted by a by Kensei, who being the most throws a shuriken. Actually, as the later explained, he can throw two shuriken. and stuff. And Christ. He does wound it with the first one. Second one, I think was a natural one, and as he goes to throw it, accidentally sticks himself in the palm with it. There, Zeke then falls up with this as his otherworld self, alter ego, Nexus shoots the gun. So there, uh, it is then the soldiers and they fire a volley at them, wounding several members of the party. Though it's only like 1 or 2 points of damage per hit, so they're not can't do massive damage. Then we get to Strike, who summons her persona Galileo, this sort of space creature thing like that. Them who summons a muzzle light and blinds a good portion of the soldiers. And then uses a bonus action to cast Gale or so. I forget what that does. Basically hits the wind. Next up, it is Hudson's turn, who summons his persona Little Miss. I can't help but wonder if this was based on Little Mister, slightly. One-eyed cat. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then who attacks with a something called a and I forget what it's called. EOS or something. Yeah, EOS, which is a shadow and strikes. Then I think this is where this comes in.
The top of the round, Goddess, you are up.
Oh, here.
I'm really, really sorry, but I have to say this: your persona, Little Miss, and Little Miss was successful. So like, Little Miss can't be wrong, and I'm so sorry.
Wow. Wow.
All right, I'm good now.
And then after saying that little that little phrase, she takes out her bow. Uh, and attempts to not just shoot at them, but try to aim it so she can not just shoot through one, shoot through multiple at the same times. Like shoot through two of them, like hits one, hits and goes through one, and hits the other. But he hits the first one, but it sticks in them. So hmm. there. But I believe she gets. But I believe she gets the first kill with that, and the sort of collapses into dust and stuff, incinerated. So they don't leave bodies behind. Uh, Kensei closes in and uh, he closes in, taking out the shuriken stuff, getting ready. Up close. Oh, he's also been inspired by a lot of stuff. I think they do have player classes. I think she's a bard. It's hard to tell with all the extra stuff what they are. Are and then Nixus summons his persona Umbra. That's that in there, John. Mm. There and then sorry, let's.
Darkness just vanishes completely from the scene.
Nexus immediately turns his back on the figure and goes, pushes his one monocle up and grins.
Side grin, side grin.
Exactly. Yeah. Just trying to add a little bits of humor there and there. Zyke strikes, then summons her persona. Summons Galileo again, and then casts something called Z- Zai Z- 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 Zo- Zayadai. They have all these weird words. They have these non-English words, if they're even from real languages at all. It's basically throws a lot of lightning on like Zeus. Uh, um, let me say. Oh, this is sorry. This is when Little Miss uh, uh, uses a EOS. And then uh, and a little while ago, at this point, before they Liam pointed out that they can take cover behind those crates and stuff, and like so so finally Strike finally the first one to take cover. Goddess manifests these what are called, like steel heart things to slash, which go and slash at source around and slash at the these soldiers, and they've already taken out several of them, or several of them already. I'll just keep track of the players mostly for this, so. And then
I'll transition over and rush over to the
This would be
blinded guy.
Someone please put this guy.
Yeah. So he's right in front, and I'm just kind of like standing right in front of him, and I'm gonna say, there's no honor in this. We'll even the score. And then another eye patch for some reason. He pulls it over the other side and blinds himself. So now he's got 2 eye patches.
Are you
on.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But in case that puts me at disadvantage,
It does.
I'm going to use my bonus action to give myself advantage
And make it a
straight roll.
I love it.
Tempt the guy.
I love it. And he just goes, "What are we playing?"
The most important game of all. Yeah! Natural 1!
Cheers.
Merciful.
Incredible.
And that was
Wow.
your katana.
Don't you cut my hand off.
That's my hand.
Yeah, my katana.
You lunge forward in such a graceful motion. It goes 3 feet wide to the left, and you're pretty sure you got him. And then as you spin it to put it back down, the blade just goes shing along your own cheek as you slide it back into its place, and you take 1 point of slashing damage.
I will take it.
And you hear through your 2 eye patches, "Are we still playing?" Do you want to move anywhere? Blindly?
No. I want to say exactly where.
Nixus then once again open fires and downs downs a soldier. With that, specifically, Ken says he shoots despite already giving himself away as still alive. He says, "Nice go, wait to take him down." Ken say. And then Strike takes out her Glock, and I believe they comment of how cutely it sounds. She says that, like, I take out my Glock. Unfortunately, and then she cutely misses. Goddess once again summons her persona Aphrodite. And uses Dazzler to sizzle hearts stuff and days stuff. One of them goes to the knees stuff. Can't say sees the one that goes onto its knees and basically says, "Ah, you've chosen the only way out, Suboku. Very well, I shall be your second." It goes up next to him and prepared to cut off his head. What's going on? And then actually takes it out the soul. Does manage to not goof it and takes out the soldier, ending that was the last one, so it was ends the fight. The lavender-haired girl comes out. She's talking about Helium. Her name is Arena. This city is her home. Apparently, a while back, this woman appeared with all these soldiers. Her name was Marie, Lady Marie. And she says that Arena apparently has been leading a resistance movement, underground one, and apparently she's the only one who's not captured, has still been not captured. Mm. the rest of her goons have taken out the city, blocking off stuff, blocking off blocking off a city center. And one of them kind of figured out that this character that she is and what they call NPC, like, and not just like she like did you like for us the watchers, she is an NPC like a non-factor. Like in the world they live, there are those who aren't. Most people they meet are not from like hoppers like them. They are like conscious. So she is like even in game she is a referred to as NPC, and she mentions how these troops, the Legionnaires. God sakes. Anyway, uh, there's apparently a blockade around the corner and stuff. Uh, they talk about how they talk about how this Maria he arrived. She was in this uh, v- uh, this armored car thing covered in flowers. They wonder, like, with all the passion, this Marie be also be a dimension hopper like them? I'm not sure if they actually have an official term for what they are in the us well Kensei kind of offers to help the other services making a distraction, which some of them aren't really that in favor of. Like, did you just offer us to make us a human shield? Like, they're not all. Some of them are not totally convinced. Like, they're wary, like in case it's a trick of some sort, or if we're just getting one side, and if they won't like they just help take out law enforcement stuff. They did point out that while chasing them, they just that when she went in, they were trying to get in. When they just then they noticed the party and started and aimed their weapons at them. Like they did weren't they didn't actually provoke an attack. It, uh, Kensei did make a blood oath though to go through this, so there's that. Hence, I was able to use his persona to heal Kensei with 8 points, bring him back up to full. These are not like high level characters like D&D wise. So. Oh, they basically go and will let tell say they'll make try to make a distraction for Arena stuff. She leaves stuff. They go explore the house because they're in the house she went into. So they take the rest in there to recharge. They wonder why they are here. Like they in order for this to happen normally they have to initiate themselves. They look at all the food here. It's in the process of getting molding and decomposing, but it's not like dust and stuff. So this all happened within like 1 or 2 weeks. Uh, they go up to a high level and try to peek through the got ability to see this big and see this green mass. And
Yeah.
So you can roll 2d20. You can roll that
2d20
twice and
then
choose the
add
higher of
3.
the two.
Choose the higher of the 2.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then add your 3.
Hudson, what do you feel and I see?
Nexus. Let's see. 16.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Alright.
Let's see if you do higher on the second.
16.
Hey!
16
Yes.
plus 3 is 19.
So you can just barely see.
and they can start see they can make out it seems to be that this agreement seems to be a plant in nature, specifically vines. Many vines, forming a wall. They're wondering what place it is. Is this someone's like a? Keep in mind, I really would like to reiterate. I have not played any Persona games. I do not know the terminology. I'm going to call it for now because listen to a lot of Naruto fanfics. Mindscape. And that Maria took it over. They're not even sure if this Marie is a bad guy or not. They don't. They only have two heard opinion of one person so far in here. Well, and one of them points out, I think it was God, that they should go try to find locate where Maria's. One points out with all this plant life and stuff, and how she controls the army. There's kind of a air of so they gotta find what they assume would be her throne, because it seems like they're probably made out of vines and stuff. There. They try to figure out how to get there and maybe pass smoker. They consider maybe the sewers, but they're in a mind. For all we know, this place doesn't actually have sewers. It's just the waste just disappears when you use a bathroom here and stuff. Or that even if they do there's one who knows what's down there besides what people send down there. They can also try going via rooftop, right and stuff. And
This is why you're our GM. Exactly. I'm 2 years older than most of you. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first phases of this plan are to what exactly? Head down to the street, we're saying, from here?
We're gonna take the rooftops as far as we can, then move through
Oh,
the
that's
alleys to get in the direction without being in the wide open thoroughfare to try and
Okay.
sneak our way without being seen in case there are any more of these roving rifle wielding troops head in the direction of the barricade.
Okay, so what I will say is, you know that you're on a rooftop here. Let's say that this screen.
okay, anyway, they go through the roofs and stuff. Hudson being the stealthiest takes point. Go figure. The cat is the silentest. It, excuse me, stickiest. He specifically takes the point through the alleys. They get to the very. It's vine. It is a bunch of vines all together stuff. Very large. The thorns of these things are the size of knives. They knew knows what thought that this is a climbable wall, so it'll take time. And as I said, the thorns are like the size of knives, so they could do some damage. And they also realized it's a plant, so they could probably set fire to it. God summons Aphrodite for some to do quick like enchantments of sort. Mm.
Okay.
Pardon me,
Yes.
if you don't mind. Come stroll with us in fields of flowers as the vines doth grow. Frolic in the lovely powers of the blooms below. Play with us, take to the streets. Leave your post, I'm sure they'll keep.
I mean, if you're gonna write a song, I'm not gonna roll shit.
Yeah, keep
Dice rolls.
Hearts.
It was for writing songs. That was awesome.
Hearts
Hell
start
yeah.
to wink in and out of existence around her, and the song fills the city street and just grows, and you can hear it echoing off of the buildings around you, high above,
what this does.
and further off on the road as well. And as the song is winding to a close, you start to hear a bell go gung, 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 in the distance, and you hear the sound of feet running as the wall begins to burn. It continues to burn.
Yeah, they ended up setting fire to it. As the thing starts to burn down, like oh wait, I skipped a bit. They set fire by but with Kensei summoning his persona for the first time. This Otakamaru, this Oni like thing in the background here, who sets fire to the top. Like so, it like hits it like dead middle and starts quickly burning up. And starts burning the strip down the middle and stuff. So the gap that's been made. They can see it in this tall statue of vines. Means or more like it's a large statue covered in vines, like ever twisting around it and like constantly shifting. We then enter break. There's only two things that consist of break, and the trailer for Persona 5 Tactica and a lot of gameplay screenshots and stuff, or shots of the trailer. We exit break, and they can hear on the other side a group hear a lot more of those Legionnaires' voices and stuff. By the sound of the voices, like they're grouping up, trying to figure out how to get to take out the fire stuff. Unfortunately, this amass is like has at least 15 or 20 of these Legionnaires minimum, and stuff. They had to figure out what to do. Well, do they wait for it to burn down to ground level and then charge through? So one of them suggests they climb to the sides and stuff, maybe get back up the roof. Do they try whacking through what's down there, or maybe try to use the fire as a distraction? They eventually make it past since too. I actually don't remember how they got what was like what they used and stuff, but that's what the link in the description for you, so you can go watch this darn thing yourself if you want. They see another group of these soldiers, and except one of them is instead of being in this white uniform stuff, is very large, bulky torso stuff in a pink officer's uniform. Has these pauldrons on it. Uh, the cylindrical hat with sort of like a long thing with instead of a plume on it, instead of it being a like a flowery plume, it is this flower plume, and on it there's also something stripped down, and there's a knight's visor. They're just discussing how they want to try to get past this. They agree that they point out that Kensa, and I think this is Robbie or his character Jackson, who admits it that Kensei is the Tenka group. He's not the thinker. They decide to have him go in the back, like they cover, like if anything chases, he's got the best chance of surviving and take you down. They have Hudson go Skull ahead real quick because he's the sneakiest. That's the word. He says that the others show follow to try theirs, but they are heard from. But the sound like the wooden sails and stuff and other things, and their other boots are heard, and this hulking chases after them. Nexus summons Zambara, uh, 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 and uses his powers to heal himself. There, I don't remember stuff. I forget when they mentioned the big guy. I think they're like he was when he spots he like grabs a soldier next to him and points it at the guy, and the thing where's the sword. During the fight, one of these legionnaires gets toasted by what they described as a big guy. I'm not sure, based on the fire ability and stuff. I'm not sure if it was actually this Hulk thing or if it was Kensei's persona Otakimaru. Otakimaru. It makes so maybe as we say friendly fire. Uh, During the fight, using her bow, Goddess shoots Hulk in the eye. The Hulk in the eye. It's a quick little struggle, which leads to
Good job, Hudson.
He staggers forward over, lumbering still over Strike's really hurting self. What about you, sir?
All right, so as Umbra's still kind of clutching him from behind, kind of on the opposite side of where Strike is, I'm going to go ahead and use my action to use the persona power Dia. Mm-hmm. In which case, the smoke begins to emit from the claws that are in there, and you watch as these weird wire-like threads seem to almost shoot and wrap around you, Strike. as they seem to strike you, you're fearful that this is an attack, but they begin to sew your wounds closed.
Oh wait, this is sorry, wrong thing. Well, that is good. Something I was wondering about. That they do have that healing thing. The fight does go on until. God, stop making me choose that skinny.
17.
17.
Plus whatever, 19.
You know what, Hudson? I could do some math, but I want to ask you, how do you want to do this? In this moment, I need you to narrate how you destroyed this brute of a soldier with shadow magic.
Okay, first I get his phone number. And then first of all, Little Miss destroys the monster.
That's right.
Not
You're
me.
Speaking on behalf of your cat.
Yes. So Little Miss, she just starts kind of like, she's really stalking him, and it's sad. And we all know it's coming, and the monster knows what's coming. The monster's just like, I'm ready to be dead. Like, please, like, I'm ready to go to sleep in a way. But Little Miss
Very real.
won't let the monster go to sleep because she's just kind of walking all around, you know, like here. And he's just like praying for death, but like it's not time to die yet until she says so. And then she opens up her claws. She sinks him in right here, right on his neck. She's got him. She's basically just like got him like that. And then the 3 dark globules, they're spinning all around.
Yeah.
They come in
Like electrons.
like electrons,
Yeah.
and his head explodes.
Death is a mercy.
This is supposed he does the same voice, so.
yeah.
This little skirmish is over. They go across the road again. They enter a building just before where this vine-covered statue was. This large vine was. They enter through a skylight. Right. And you can see what happens when they enter.
Everyone, just make an athletics or acrobatics check to not stub your toe as you leap down in here.
15.
10.
10,
14.
14,
15.
15.
4.
Everyone lands with a clatter, and Strike's boot hits the ground and goes, zoop, poof, and you feel your tailbone smack the wood. You take
Cannot catch your breath.
2 points of bludgeoning damage on your ass.
Ass damage.
Yeah.
Nice full band.
Ass damage. Take
That's some
that.
ass mooch.
Welcome to the table. Enjoy your ass damage.
I'm so glad you're here.
It's great. I'm doing great.
Okay, you
Looking
hobble
great.
back up. It hurts, and you kind of like walk with a limp for the next minute, but you're okay.
All right. They've prepared to enter this art they keep continuing. They find a window which Nixon looks out. It's through the vines that cover it. They can see. You can see through a gap in the vines. Covering the window, he can see this plaza with the statue. They kind of go walk out walk to the entrance where to other plaza, and they can hear this cackling voice. This cackling again. And they hear a familiar voice. It's just saying, a voice saying, "Get these things off of me!" We can see Irene, arena, arena, being bound in vines and stuff, being lifted up to the air by via vine and placed inside one of those wooden crates. Stuff that they started hiding behind before, They kind of hope, which left them also praying, no, that all the crates they were hiding behind for cover, which got destroyed, were all occupied. So there, in the vinework that covers this area and the statue, the box is brought into and it starts encompassing the box. And they could hear directly above the sound, and they see coming down this little man. Uh, and so, coming out, he has this, what I think they described it as a peacock pompadour. And I actually had to look up what a pompadour is. I thought it was like a type of hat. Nope, it's a hairstyle. Uh,
Lowering down, still above you, but closer. Oh, you nasty little gutter snipes have been tromping all over my flowers. You upstarts and your hopeless attempts at rebellion will fail, just as they always have. And nothing will stop me from giving Lady Marie the big day she deserves. For her special day needs roses, and roses she will have. No one will stand in the way of Our Lady's perfect day. For you see, I am the florist. And you are about to be pruned once and for all.
Oh.
be warned, his dog does not get any less punnier. Oh. And they start this boss battle. Their persona boss battle. Hudson summons Little Miss to attack with Eos. Kensei summons his tries to flank some. Kensei flanks the florist and summons his persona and stuff. At this point, it's already attacked and managed to wrap its vines around, I believe, Nexus. And Otakama manages to push, like, perform a push attack, knocking the fullest out of the vines. He's been he's around and vines around Nexus loosen. He lost him. The Florist starts panicking, but then starts this mad cackle, and they all have to make a wisdom save. So all except for Strike are fail and are now frightened of this strange little man. This was him using his legendary action, because of course he has one. And they're all frightened until the end of the Florist's next turn. Gauze summons Aphrodite to cast something. It's basically like a bubble clears with a musical note. Goes pops up on the floor, and you hear the sound of cool. It's based on that one song. And there, he quit. the florist quickly dives back into the lines. You can see a bulge of here in them here, and rapidly go halfway up the stair. Kenzie has talking about fire. His what's it called? Marge, J- Marjaglin, Marjaglin. It shoots it and fires off this fire right into the florist's face. There's more there, resulting in more, and this has been going on this shitty flower puns like the garden variety and stuff like that, and rose to the occasion. If I have to suffer through it, so do you. But after his after he get hit, he said he will rise, he also roses to the and summon and manifests this ring of roses around his head, which starts healing him. This is also a legendary action of his. Um, Umbara is summoned and uses the black tendrils and stuff to attack, like those black threads from the fingers to attack. Then goddess.
How that goes? Ooh. Ooh. I have a lighter in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna light my heart arrow on fire
Okay.
before I aim it. And this little eyeball.
Gizmo shit here.
Okay. Jury Reagan arrow. Same arrow. Is it a 20?
What's the first name of that show? Was it like critical? Like oh, what's the first part? Crit?
Hell yes!
Love it. Love it. All right. Roll for.
This attacks there. Manages to shoot him in the cheek and set fire up his face and say to light the pompadour. Finally, Strike he summons forth the persona Galileo, who does another of the cat who casts that channel lightning like this, and manages it condenses all this lightning. It's sending out this torrent of electricity, lightning, it lit, which goes and strikes the it, uh, it, and, and strikes the Florida directly center of his chest. Burn like electricity chills all the way up this. Those all being in the Ziana. I forget what I can't pronounce this. Earning you being what earns the how do you want to do this? The florist is foul. Is not is is dislodged from his vine perch. Or there, go down, and says, looks up and says, "I have fallen. I have fallen, and I can't get up." They go as the vines they slowly decay, wither. All the plants around them that are created by this guy wither down and fall. The crate The white crate before him floor gently falls down as a wither goes down, and from out is Arena, who says, "Wow, now I really owe you guys." And 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 she does warn them though, real quickly, that this that the florist was just like a slightly stronger goon. The real threat is still Marie, and she's still out there. And she then asks them for help, and they're all invested in the fight now. They all agree heartily to join in. Mm. And as we go out from all these homes up, these small human creatures with like top hats, like in bright clothing, emerge to start observing them and celebrate the victory. With that, this one shot ends, and with that, and this only leaves us with my homebrew for the episode college, the College of Mine Bards. I decided to go with the bard class because I still got to release my because I only have like 3 subclasses classes I have yet to release subclasses for in these videos, and one of the barbarian, I mean not the barbar, the one of them is already spoken for in an upcoming recap, and I'm still working on the wizarding subclass. Also, I felt like the bard would play well with the theatrics of Persona, from what I've heard. Especially, and this is with this one the College of Mines. Right. It is said that silence is key. You don't have to be the loudest to raise spirits. After all, actions speak louder than the words. Starting at level 3, you get 2 features. First, abstract skills. You choose one of your charisma skills, and you have advantage on all checks using that skill. And for the other areas you have skills in, strength, dex, intelligence and wisdom. Constitution does not have any skills related to it. You can choose one skill, and for those checks you can add your charisma modifier to those checks. How this is done, like in-game, like how it's explained, no one knows. The descriptions are not like the individual descriptions for like for like not just mechanics, but these don't show up. But even this, it says it's unknown. It's why it's called an abstract skill. Okay, after which you get the you get the other third level feature. Silence speaks volumes. You could choose if you wish to substitute any spell verbal components with new semantic ones. You could do this even if it already has a semantic component. You just maybe just add more stuff. There. You can all also now if there's a spell that requires the target to hear you, you can still use this feature, but they'll have to see you and your interpreted actions to be effective. If they can't see you, then the feature cannot work on them. Feature also expands not only to spell verbal components, but the act what your but to your bardic inspiration. Basically, you could just use moves like give them like thumbs up or this, or perhaps or just like show yourself flipping off the enemy and stuff. Maybe do something to the enemy and to raise it as their. Then you get to thankfully bards only have like to get like things at 30 levels for the subclasses, so they're a little bit easier to make. At level 6, you get there's nothing there. When you cast a conjuration spell that is not a teleport, doesn't have a teleportation tag, it is not used to teleport towards something, but to manifest something around you. You can use your bonus action to turn whatever you conjure invisible. I'll even say you can even do it while casting, so they don't see it to begin with. And finally, your level 14th ability, your 14th level ability, Irresistible Performance. It misspelled the. Okay, I know it says irritable, and it probably is for your opponent, but it's supposed to be irresistible. I'll have to go change that. At level 14, the DC to resist the effects of an enchantment spell. Oh, as well as to see through your illusion spells is doubled, or not doubled, is it increases by half the spell's level, rounded up. Now, that way, level 1 spells can still get boost too. And with that, this recap is done. I thank you for joining me. This is Free Night Remanger. I wish thee good fortune in the quest of life.